Now, again, let's not bore people with the grey here. The possession of the documents in and of itself can be interpreted as a crime. People have certainly gone to court. Some have even gone to jail. Some have been fined for having less documents. When it was revealed, how long you fight about the documents, that's a different thing. But he's got them, Trump's got them. If you charge Trump, you've got to charge Biden, which is why no one's getting charged, are they, Megyn?
No one's getting charged. This is it. This is a gift from President Biden to President Trump. You can't charge a sitting president, first of all. That's DOJ policy. It's not a law, but it's a policy, and the DOJ is not going to break it. So they can't really charge Biden. So this whole special counsel thing looking into him is really sort of a farce. It's just a fig leaf because they're doing it to Trump. And while they were probably on the precipice of charging Trump, they can't do it now. The only thing that's different about the Trump case at this point is that he apparently submitted a signed declaration by a lawyer saying, I swear I've given you everything, and he didn't. That's really the only extra step he took that Joe Biden didn't take. That's not enough to break all societal norms and historical norms by indicting a former president, something we've never done before that would tear at the fabric of the country. You would have to have a slam dunk that the majority of the country would be behind or at least could understand. It's done. It's not happening.
And then there's all these other murky details that, again, the heart of why Biden should never have been elected president, well, I think is twofold. One, interview with the former staffer who talked about an assault that you did during the campaign. And secondly, is that, well, clearly Hunter Biden was making an awful lot of money because he was the then vice president's son. And then Tony Bobulinski, who was the business partner of Hunter Biden, admitted that part of this money goes back to Joe Biden, which essentially means that things like the Chinese government were paying Joe Biden. And then magically we see that while Hunter was staying in the house when the documents were there, he was paying his dad $50,000 rent. Now, it's pretty obvious where Hunter was getting his money, so therefore it's pretty obvious how it was washing through to Joe, yet that seems to be completely not part of the story when it is the story.
Not even a little part of the story. So I'll do you one better on that. The University of Pennsylvania, with whom Joe Biden had an affiliation when he was post his vice presidency, they're the ones who created an office for him in Washington, D.C., where he was storing some of these classified top secret documents. And that university took in some $50 million from China after forming this relationship with Joe Biden, some of which went to fund this little office. So that's problematic as well. On top of all that, can I tell you this, Paul? Two special counsels now appointed to investigate Biden and Trump. The one who's investigating Trump has the charge of looking into the Mar-a-Lago documents and also January 6th and anything illegal he did there. Joe Biden, they want to look into the classified documents and also absolutely nothing. Look nowhere else.
Yeah, what a surprise. Why did you charge your son $50,000 rent unless you knew where the $50,000 was coming from? Let alone, as you say, the Institute and so much more. There's a lot to this. Look, I can't wait for 2024 because if nothing else, please, maybe generational change with people, and that's why I like DeSantis, who haven't actually been in Washington, but surprise, surprise, you've been around for 50 years. Plenty of this, you know how the game's played, including spending, 100 and something days at his house, which isn't that far from Washington, which means if you want to have a meeting, don't do it at the White House, do it at my house, do it on the weekends when I'm allegedly resting. Anyway.